good, Hamilton Ham Porter? I'm your guide Q. Today we're looking at some nightmarish relationship situations from @RedditShips on Twitter. A good page. Let's check it out. Oh, lads, this one is tough. Upset at girlfriend's silly excuses when I'm driving 2 hours to see her and she doesn't drive to me ever. My GF and I were dating for about a year when she moved 2 hours away for her job. Since then, I'm the only one who ever drives to see her because she doesn't like driving. She recently drove 6 hours by herself to go to NYC to visit a friend. I confronted her and she refused to discuss it. I was supposed to visit her this weekend and was halfway there when she texted me that she had to go grocery shopping and do other personal things tomorrow, so I should turn around. Frustrated, I broke up with her over text in response to that text, and she immediately called and started begging for me to come, and she was actually free and was just depressed at the moment. I told her that I was going to have to think about it, but I was really frustrated, and if she wants to see me, she can drive her ass to my place because I'm done wasting my time. She says she hates driving when I reminded her that she was more than willing to drive to New York City. I told her if she doesn't come see me this weekend, our relationship is over, and my Venmo payments to her will cease immediately. Help, please. Stu definitely needs some help. Bro, you're like paying this girl to be your girlfriend and she doesn't even fucking live in your area anymore. Like, I'm not saying that he's paying her to be his girlfriend, but he mentions Venmo payments will cease, which means they must have been a regular thing before. And she's like, I gotta go grocery shopping, bro. I can't hang out with you. Like, dude, this is just not, you need to get some self-respect, my dude. Alright, this is a gamer moment, you guys. This one's titled, "My son and daughter have disowned me and my wife because we're swingers." So to start, my wife and I are both in our 40s and have 2 children, son 23 and daughter 18. Our son moved out a few years ago to live with his fiancée, whom he has a lovely granddaughter with, who is the light of our lives. We don't live in a small town, but it's smallish. My wife and I have been swinging for as long as I can remember. We don't do it super consistently, and you wouldn't say we're in the culture of it, but we have used online sites / dating apps, etc. to set things up. So the problem we're having spurns from about a week ago. Through methods I'm not entirely sure, it seems both of our children have become aware of our lifestyle. From an incredibly happy and close-knit family, it was destroyed overnight. It all started when my son called me in the evening in a very calm voice. He explained that he was aware of what me and my wife have been doing, and that he had found evidence online. He then proceeded to tell me he wanted nothing to do with me or my wife, and that essentially we were dead to him. He has said that he will not ever allow us to see our granddaughter again. He has said that we've made him the town's laughingstock. He called both me and his mother horrendous names no one should call their parent. After his rant, he informed me that his sister, who was still living with us at the time she wasn't home, felt the same way and would be moving in with him and his fiancée. We have never been a religious or conservative family, and one of the specific points my son has continuously argued is that he finds our behavior morally reprehensible and that he will never allow his granddaughter to be exposed to people with such values. Since then, my son has made several social media posts about how we're swingers and are responsible for destroying his family. So effectively, he has outed us to the entire town. Since the event, I've seen my daughter once when she came home to get her clothes, and she wouldn't speak to me or make eye contact with me. My son has said that if we completely change, he would still want nothing to do with us as the damage has been done. There are a lot of typos in this. He has told me that they are all going to move interstate by the end of the year, and he just wants us to move on and pretend that they were never our kids. For the past week, I've been telling myself they will calm down and see reason, but no matter how diplomatic and calm we try to be with them, I cannot find a path to reconciliation. There has to be something I can do. My wife is a royal wreck, and my kids seem to actively not want to fix things. Any advice is appreciated. Cheers. Okay, can I understand you cringing deeply and not wanting to think about the fact that your parents are swingers? Yes, absolutely. I would have to take like a week or two not talking to my parents just to like fucking deal with that information and then move forward. But I'm not willing to throw away a relationship or even not hang out with them. Like, nothing would change that much. It would just be a weird thing that I don't want to think about. Like, your parents are just hooking up with other people consensually occasionally. Nobody's cheating on anybody. And you're like, yeah, I want my granddaughter daughter to be estranged from my parents because of this. And then you go posting on Facebook, like, it's one thing if you think that other people in the town and people in your community know about your parents being swingers, but it's not nearly as many people as will know immediately when they see you calling them out on Facebook. Like, that was absolutely fucking pointless, dude. I don't even know if I can, like, laugh at this, because the situation gets super fucked up, but this is the title. My husband cannot accept I don't like mustard. Things came to a head yesterday. We've been married 2 years, dating 5. We're both 34, I'm a woman, he's a man, if it matters. I'm not a picky eater. In fact, I'm quite adventurous, and every time I've traveled, I've always made a point to try dishes with unusual/uncommon ingredients to say that I've tried them. There are very few foods I won't eat. One of them is mustard, the condiment. I don't like it. I just don't. The taste is very strong and overpowering, and it's an unpleasant taste. I've tried yellow, stone ground, honey, artisan, brown, spicy, you name it. I've tried them all. And I just don't like them. My husband, for some reason, never understood this. He loves mustard, especially honey mustard. He puts it on all his sandwiches, dips his fries in it, etc. And every time he tries to force me to try it, he'll insist I'll like it this time. I'm a grown-ass woman. I know what I don't like, and I don't like mustard. So I'll say no, and it'll devolve into a mini argument where he'll call me picky. Well, last night we were on the road home from a weekend trip we took together, and he stopped at a gas station to get us a quick bite. He got a hot dog slathered in mustard. I got one, but decided to keep it plain. I don't really love hot dogs to begin with, but I will eat them. He actually got furious and grabbed it from me. He marched over to the condiment station and began putting mustard on my hot dog, telling me to grow up and stop being so picky. I just walked out and sat in the car. I didn't even want the damn hot dog anymore. My appetite was gone. He came back and began screaming at me for embarrassing him even further. The word divorce was said for the first time ever. I secretly recorded his screaming because I was genuinely afraid I would die. He was driving erratically, swerving, and speeding. I'm in a hotel tonight. He ignored me all day at work, and then calls started when he realized I wasn't coming home. Non-stop voicemails and texts. He sent me a screenshot of a Google search for local divorce lawyers. I haven't eaten all day and I've been sobbing in this damn hotel room. I don't want to get divorced and I wish I had just ate the fucking mustard. Anyone please give me an explanation. Am I in danger? Why would he react this way to a preference of mine? I'm completely broken right now. The situation is so banged up that it almost reads like a joke until serious stuff starts happening. Like, not even the guy who invented mustard has attached his self-worth so closely to the condiment being good. If this is somehow the first red flag, I think it's enough to justifiably get the fuck out of there. You might want to, like, get this dude some sort of psych evaluation or at least point him in that direction, because it almost reads like somebody who has straight up fucking lost touch with reality. So, deeply concerning stuff. Instantly ended a 15-year friendship because his mask slipped and he accidentally let slip that he was waiting and hoping for my rock-climbing husband to die. There's some notes at the beginning, but let's just get to the story. After 15 years, my ex-friend revealed that he was waiting and hoping for my beloved husband of 2 decades to die because he thinks he's the next logical husband, as if that's how feelings work. We were in the middle of a conversation about how he can't find someone that will date him. He's been thoughtful and kind with me for 15 years, so I didn't have any feedback on what might be going wrong for him. Then he mentioned offhand how he's annoyed how women keep bringing up that I won't listen when they go on and on about how much danger they feel around men. Halfway through my response of, well, men are the ones that murder us, suddenly his whole personality changed and he got furious, cut off my response, and shouted, "Oh, here we go. Fucking women bitching again. You know I'm only hanging around until husband's name eventually dies because I'm your next logical husband and I'm losing patience." And during that last word, he realized how phenomenally badly he slipped up. I thought that he was one of my best friends, but apparently he never saw me as a person, just a logical prize to win someday when my rock climber husband inevitably has a fatal accident. He tricked me for 15 years, but now he holds the record in my life from going to best friend to blocked in less than 1 minute. If you heard a noise in the background, my pasta almost just boiled over because I put the lid back on after I put the pasta in. Don't do that. Just leave the lid off once the pasta's in. Anyway. Thank you again to those who suggested reading the book to understand the entitlement abuse mentality some people have. It's already helping me. Then she explains that her husband assured her that all of the safety protocols are good for him climbing and that he's not gonna die. Then she says, LOL after a love like this, as if anyone thinks logic is how I'd find my next partner. Entitlement is a hell of a drug, eh? So first off, let me just establish that I 100% believe that people that do stuff like this exist out there. Like a weirdo sociopathic dude will totally be your friend, pretend to be your friend for 15 years in hopes that your husband will die. But somebody that's that motivated to that task, like that they're willing to do everything right to pretend to be your friend for 15 years, I find it really surprising that one disagreement, an angry moment, and he's just giving up his plan like that. Like, it just makes no sense. Why have the plan if you're going to give it up and then ruin everything else as a result? Like, I feel like you're committed to the bit at this point. Let me know your take. I might just be completely brain rotted at this point. On top, I've got a video of me reviewing 15-second horror movies. They range from painfully bad to surprisingly incredible for being 15 seconds. I've also got the most recent waifuism video on the bottom and the channel members to the left. Thank you so much. Hope everybody's doing well, skating on to the best of your ability, drinking a sufficient amount of water, and I'll see you super soon. Peace out, Cub Scouts.